Bermane Stiverne recently did an interview with Ingram Jones on his YouTube channel in which he claimed that he will be fighting Joe Joyce on the undercard of James Degale versus Chris Eubank Jr. And once again, I'm sure there are going to be people who try to pull me up about my pronunciation of Stiverne's first name. Well, I call him Bermane because that's how he says his first name is pronounced. I know it's spelt Bermane, but he likes people to call him Bermane. And, you know, it's no skin off my nose, so whatever, I'll call him Bermane for now. Anyway, Joe Joyce versus Stiverne. What do I think of this fight if it indeed happens on the undercard of James Degale versus Eubank Jr.? I think it's a good fight to have on the undercard. I think that the Eubanks and Poxon Sports, they're very shrewd in including some big heavyweights there. You may remember when Eubank Jr. fought Reynold Quinlan, he had David Price versus Christian Hammer on that undercard, and that was really a good move at the time to have that fight on there because people love heavyweight drama. Will this fight, if it takes place, Joyce versus Stiverne, deliver heavyweight drama? Well, if it was happening 5 years ago, I would have actually given Stiverne a fairly decent chance of winning because, truth be told, Joe Joyce's style actually plays into Bermane Stiverne's strengths in a lot of ways. Stiverne is a guy who isn't good on the front foot. See, I've seen some people say Stiverne's like Chisora or something. You know, he comes forward with pressure. No, Stiverne is not good on the front foot. He's never been good on the front foot. If you stand in the middle of the ring and exchange with him on the inside, yeah, he's effective. But if you're moving around the ring away from him, he is terrible at cutting off the ring. He is terrible at applying pressure. His head movement is awful. He's a plodder. Stiverne is not good on the front foot at all. He is, however, quite good on the back foot. We saw that in the two Areola fights. And for someone as big and slow as Joe Joyce to be coming at a prime Stiverne, I think that will present a lot of opportunities for Stiverne to get them counters off, to be slipping and sliding on the ropes, and, you know, getting some good punches on. So the Stiverne who fought Chris Areola, I would actually give him a decent chance against Joe Joyce. When you think of the style matchup, Stiverne, very slow feet, but pretty quick hands. Yeah? However, Stiverne has been inactive over the past few years, and when he has fought, he's got absolutely obliterated by Deontay Wilder in one round, and he also had that fight against Derek Rossi in which he was dropped, legitimately dropped. I saw the clip. And he got legitimately dropped. Stiverne tried to claim it was a slip. It absolutely was not a slip. It was a legitimate knockdown. So Stiverne's punch resistance has been looking a little shaky over the past couple years. He's been inactive. How old is Stiverne now? He must be nearly 40 years old if he's not around 40. So at this point in time, I think Joe Joyce is going to win the fight. I can't see anything but a Joe Joyce win here. I think Joe Joyce is going to turn Bermane Stiverne upside down and mop the canvas with his dreadlocks. That's what I think is going to happen in this fight. Again, I could be wrong. Maybe Stiverne can turn the clock back. Maybe he's at a better camp this time around if this fight takes place, and he'll be able to exploit Joe Joyce's style in terms of how slow he is, how open he is, coming forward and playing into Stiverne's counter punches. But yeah, given what I've seen over the past couple years when it comes to Stiverne, I doubt that. I think Joe Joyce is going to steamroll this guy, and I'm picking Joe Joyce to stop him. If Stiverne can somehow turn the clock back, then maybe my prediction will look very foolish indeed. If Stiverne isn't as far gone as I think he is, then my prediction is going to look very foolish. But I think Stiverne is washed at this point. I think he's washed up. And I think Joe Joyce is going to hang him out to dry. That's what I think. It's a good name to have on Joe Joyce's record, Bermane Stiverne. But let's not get it twisted and act like this is the Stiverne who fought Wilder the first time. In fact, the first Wilder fight might have actually ruined Bermane Stiverne because he took a lot of punishment in that fight. That might have ruined him. That might be the fight which completely decimated his punch resistance. Because to be getting dropped by people like Derek Rossi, you know, that's surprising. And we saw as soon as he got cracked by Wilder in the rematch, he was all over. But he took a lot of punches from Wilder in the first fight without going down. Well, he did go down once, but it wasn't officially called a knockdown. But he certainly took Wilder's shots a lot better first time around than he did second time around. Now, Wilder might say it's because he injured his hand, this, that, and the other. I just think Bermane Stiverne's punch resistance isn't as good now as it used to be. And punch resistance will deteriorate for a lot of fighters throughout their career. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about this potential fight, Joe Joyce versus Bermane Stiverne. Nothing has been officially announced. It's just Stiverne saying in an interview on Ingram Jones's channel that he's fighting Joyce on the Degale Eubank undercard. So we'll see. Yeah, let me know how you feel, people. It's happening. I'm out. Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week, covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.